Hi, I'm Dr. Sapphire, a medical doctor who doubles as an email marketing expert. In here, I take you behind the scenes of failed and successful email marketing campaigns. You get to see what these amazing individuals have tried that worked and didn't work in email marketing. If you've been curious and like me, you want to know what other people out there are really doing in email marketing, then join me as I go behind the scenes. All right, so let me tell you a bit of a strategy I like to use when it comes to writing my own emails. First of all, I would like to ask you a question that I usually ask guests who come on our podcast, especially in recent times. And I want everybody to think very quickly and answer in the chat. It's going to give you perspective. First of all, how many of us have read job descriptions on maybe LinkedIn or somewhere and applied for the job? Or even on like in person, so not online now, physically? Can I see like a thumbs up? Have you? Exactly. Now you see how those job descriptions are pretty specific about the roles that they want you or the role that they want you to play. So here's the question. If you could give email marketing a role in your business, what would it be? What is the role of email marketing, or what job description do you want to give email marketing in your business? Okay, so I want to see your answers in the chat very quickly. What's the job description you want to give email marketing in your business? Let me tell you, for me, the role of social media in my business is lead generation and collaboration opportunities. That's the rule. So when I'm creating for social media, I'm creating with the mind that I want to generate leads and I want to collaborate. I am using social media. That is what I want social media to do for me. So that is the job that I want social media to do in my business. Do you understand? So somebody can come in as, maybe I'm coming as a personal assistant. My Instagram is coming in as a lead generation expert, if you want to put it there, but let's not use those terms. So the role, if I'm describing it, is generating leads for courses, programs, opportunities. Now, when it comes to my email marketing, the role of my email marketing is to connect and convert. The role I want email marketing to play in my business is to build a tight community of people. That's why it's connect, and to be able to get those people to buy our product. So I needed to connect and convert. Do you see that? So you can see that it's very specific. That's the major role that I want it to play. So now I think that you guys get the hang of what I'm saying. For some people, email marketing is not about connecting. They don't want community. They just want sales. And they even have like a target number. For some people, it's just about generating leads for high ticket offers. Do you understand? Different people, different things. So let me see. Someone says generate leads and nurture them. That's great. Lead generation and community management, love it. Revenue generation and community manager, okay. Write emails, manage email campaigns. I'm not taking this one. So when I say the role, right, you're the one that is writing the emails and managing the email campaigns. Oh. But what is the final goal, so to say, or what do you want to achieve with email marketing? So when you say, I put it in a different way because I wanted you to take it differently. But if I say, what do you want to achieve with email marketing? You will tell me make more money, right? But if I say, what role do you want email marketing to play in your business, right? What is the job description you're giving email marketing? You will think beyond make more money. But writing emails is not the job that email marketing. Part of email marketing is emails, the emails you write. So what do you want those emails you write to do for you and for your business? So sales manager, email marketing specialist, manage our account. I need more answers. Relationship and conversion specialist. Turn strangers into loyal customers. This is very specific. I think I like this particular one. All right, so I think we all get the hang of it. Now, if you want email marketing to help you achieve this particular goal, then you need to start thinking about things differently. You're not just writing emails, but when you're writing your emails, you're thinking about how you can use that email to turn a stranger into a loyal customer. what you can do with email marketing that will help you generate leads, that will help you connect, that will help you generate sales. Are you with me? If you're with me, can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up? That's good. Now, when I think about emails, there are four key roles that I usually have for it. Now, I'm not talking about email marketing. I'm talking about writing emails, right? One is lead generation, and you can generate leads within your email list. You can get people to book discovery calls. You can get people to raise their hands to indicate interest. You can also get them to go beyond raising their hands. You can get people to click a link, right, to go ahead and buy your product. So one is lead generation. And there's a reason I chose lead generation and not sales. Do you understand? Because the first action they do is what makes them a lead. So the person clicks the link and then gets to be sent to the sales page or whatever, right? But that lead generation, I want them to even be able to click that link to take action or to reply the email to take action. That's why I call it lead generation and not sales. Secondly, beyond selling, there are other things you want people to take action for. The second one is engagement. Because I think community, I think loyal people, engagement is important. Engagement has to do with you opening, reading, and replying to my emails, right? It's not just about you clicking a link and being a lead. Before you get there, you would actually have needed to engage with the email. The third one is authority. Now, you need to be able to see me as an authority, right? Even when you consider people like friends, depending on what they send to you, there's a perspective and mind shift you have. So, for example, if you follow people on social media, right? Anybody asks you, oh, you follow this person, you say, oh, yes, she's into this, this, this. The reason why you can say that confidently is because over time, she has built on that, and that's what you see her as, and that's her authority domain for you. So anytime you think about that particular thing, that person comes to mind. So you need to use your emails to position yourself as an authority. And the fourth one is something people don't talk about a lot, and I call it humanity. So this is what I call the Leah strategy, right? And it's humanity. Humanity is what makes them know you are human, right? Is why a lot of people lean into personal brands, is why companies get you to see their employees, is why companies send emails and stop sending emails from, let's say, customer IO to, let's say, Sapphire from customer IO, right? That kind of thing. Because they want you to feel and perceive that human connection, to know that there is another human being that's reaching out to you, not a robot, but somebody who you can relate to or who can relate to you, somebody who understands where you are and where you're going. And it's why you see that people love to hear founder stories. People love to hear people's personal experiences beyond their areas of expertise. Do you understand? And so that is something you want to integrate in your content. Now, let's go into the welcome sequence. Okay? First of all, do we have any questions so far? All right, I'm going to ask you some key questions before we start working on our welcome sequence. Now, what is the goal of this welcome sequence for you? I showed you people about the sales led, the sales focus welcome sequence, right? So for your welcome sequence, what is the purpose of this? What are the things you want to achieve with your welcome sequence? List them out in the chat for me. List them out in the chat for me. What are the things you want to achieve with your welcome sequence? All right, so let me ask the question first of all. Do we have notepads, pen and paper beside us, or our phone notes that we can write in? I want to ask us some particular questions and I want us to use that to start writing. So I see build trust and authority, trust. If you can get a pen and paper or you have your notes app, your phone notes app handy, can I see a thumbs up so that we can proceed? All right. So before we come to the welcome sequence map, I'm actually going to take you through what I call my story part worksheet. This is what I use for planning different sequences. all my students have access to it actually. And this story part worksheet can be used for any sequence at all. And we're going to look at, so our what we are working on is the welcome sequence. Now, very quickly in your phone notes or your pen, write out what is the goal or purpose of your welcome sequence for you, right? For me, the goal of my welcome sequence is to build no like trust factor and to get them to buy one product within 14 days. That's the goal of the welcome sequence I want to make. So, what is the goal or purpose of your own welcome sequence? Write it down. And we are moving fast, right? I'm going to be saying all these things, and I want you to type very quickly, write very quickly. Now, the next thing we're going to be asking ourselves is, what story do you want to take the person reading through? Right? Now, let me tell you something. A lot of times they tell you people connect with stories. And when you say people connect with stories, this is somebody who is coming to you for a specific thing, one specific lead magnet with a very specific problem, right? What story do you want to take them through? Now, let me give you an example of this person's own. And I'll tell you how I got this particular example. This person said at 31, I had a full on mental snap. I drove 500 miles to get away, and my no contact broke that started a bunch of stuff with our dad. And I literally drove 9 hours to be with my dad. I've been seeing therapists for my anger and family issues, but actually got triggered. I had always chuckled at the thought of people with triggers, but when it happened, it was not being picky. It was full on 25 years of emotion, and I blacked out and lost control. It felt like I went in the back of my brain and had to watch my body be a robot and do things I had thought but never acted on. That trigger was legitimate. I'll forever live with the effect of what I did that night. On the up, though, it let me pinpoint my trigger and help me have massive healing. And my anger doesn't define my personality anymore. It also allowed my therapist and I create time factors. Fast forward to all of these things. So this person said, and I'm someone that has I wrote a lot of self-diagnosed people, but mental health is more complex than what the person Googled, right? And the person didn't know that therapy was work. But 4 years later, the person has made something different and so on and so on. So this is a story of taking the person from not believing. So let me tell you what the story is. Taking the person from not believing that people like looking and eye rolling people who said they had triggers to actually experience it and then finding out that therapy, even though it was a lot of work, could help. That's the story for this, right? And then when I say what the story is for you, it simply is the journey you want to take the person from that problem that made them to sign up to the new reality that you want them to have. And you can look at some of these stories, you can get them from testimonials. So, for example, somebody gave me a testimonial one time, I think it's on my website. Let me see if I can read it. And that testimonial can form the story basis of my lead magnet in the sense that what really stood out was this person was a virtual assistant and took our program. And then she said something that was really profound for me. And she said, you made me become more and not just a virtual assistant. Do you know I keep learning from you and your guests listening to the weekly podcast via email? You're truly a mentor. So this person went from where they were to becoming more. And becoming more was not about being just a virtual assistant, but being able to do more than a virtual assistant, being able to be more than a virtual assistant. Now the person could offer more and do more just by virtue of what they had gone through. So is that the story you want to take them through? That at the end of the day, they can be more, do more, right? So when I say a story, this is some of the ways you get those stories from testimonials. So write it down, summarize the story. You don't need to write the full one. You can think of your best testimonial. You can think of what people that have told you in the past the impact you have made, right? Now we are doing two things. Because of this story, you'll be able to pick point A where they are today and point Z where you want them to be 5 emails down the line, 6 emails down the line at the end of everything. So this person said has a past experience affecting how he or she lives now. And then the final this thing is I finally did it. I had support along the way. While I lifted the weight off myself, I wouldn't have gotten there quickly without coach support and encouragement. This other person said after 6 years of intense therapy, so and so and all of that. Do you understand? So where do you want them to get to? Right? And next thing, what are the objections preventing he or she from getting there? If you looked at the sales focus welcome sequence, you will say that they say pick a fight. And when you're picking a fight, what do you think you're picking a fight with? So things you're picking a fight with are some of the things that are objections to them. For example, people say, oh, it's too hard. And you want to pick a fight with that particular objection to show them why it's not too hard. Do you understand? Then there are obstacles some of them need to overcome. For some of them, it's like a mental block. For some of them, for example, for this particular case that you're looking at, some of the questions is, can I trust you? And it came in as an objection as well, right? Some of them are, can I trust you? I've tried out so many things. Do you qualify to help? Those are obstacles you have to overcome. And there are also objections that this person will have that will stop them. So at the end of this sequence, what should have changed for the person that is going to be going through it? Do you understand? Is there a mindset shift? Should they have booked a call, replied a keyword? Remember that for me, I said I wanted them to make a purchase. Do you understand? So what should they have done at the end of this? You want to work with your goal in mind. And is there anything you will need to add to get them from point A to Z? I know I have said a lot of things and it's fine. Do you understand? It's fine. Just keep all those things in mind. Now, when we say things you need to add, that's where your social proof comes in. That's where your testimonials, your case studies, and so on and so on. Things that make them feel seen, heard, and understood. Things that show them what's possible. Things that show them who it has worked for, why, and how it will work for them. All these things are the things you have at the back of your mind before you now come to where it is we are, which is this particular sheet, right? That now has the email, the cadence, the contents, the goal, the CTA, and the notes. So what we are going to do is carrying all these things that I've said, we're going to do the first draft of our welcome sequence map. And I'm going to be asking you questions. Now, the last thing I want to mention to you, which was a lesson I didn't learn at the beginning, is the fact that things may not always be linear, which means that somebody can read your email 1 today, may not see your email 2, and see your email 3. So bearing that in mind, how do you want to ensure that people, irrespective of if they go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, or if they go to 1, 5, and 7, they are able to still achieve the goal that you set out to achieve? Does it make sense? If everything I've said so far, you understand it, you're clear. Can I see a thumbs up? Can I see a thumbs up? Okay, if you're not clear on some parts, can I see a thumbs up? If there's some parts you want me to explain further, can I see a thumbs up? All right, so everybody is good. Okay, so are we ready to start? If you're ready, put a ready in the chat. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I am ready. Can I see you ready in the chat? Okay, so let's go. For email 1, for all of you, it will be open your sheets. It will be after sign up. Do you understand? So the person signs up, what happens? Now, let me just give you some things that people do with email 1. General best practices for the first email is that it must set the pace for all the other emails that will follow and all the emails you will send in the future. That's general best practice. So email one, amongst any other thing you want it to do, should set expectations. It should also deliver what they signed up for. Do you understand? Every other thing you want to do, every other thing you want to add is up to you. Now, there's no one way to create a welcome sequence. There's no set number of emails. If you check out Russell Brunson, you'll see that his welcome sequence format is different from what I've talked about. Do you understand? But that is his own framework, and that is what he uses, right? But he doesn't necessarily use it. Okay, let me not say that. But that's his own framework, anyways. That's his own framework. You'll check some other people and they'll give you a different framework. So instead of saying creating a template where I say email one, do this, email two, do this, email three, do this, I created something that helped us create the sequences with our goal in mind. So think of email one. When somebody signs up, what are the first things you need them to know? And what do you want that first email to do for you? Go ahead and fill it out in the context. Now, what is the goal? Sorry, what do you want that email to do? Fill it out in the goal. Now, what are the things you need to do in that email, right, to be able to achieve your goal? Go ahead and put it in. Also include, remember that best practice would ensure that the email delivers on what you promised and also sets the tone for the rest of the emails to come. Okay. So very quickly, once you write it out and you're done, give me a thumbs up. Once you write it out and you're done, give me a thumbs up. Once you're done with email one, give me a thumbs up. All right, so I think I need to give you all a timer so that you can actually finish quickly. So you have 1 minute to fill out email one. Okay, let me say 2 minutes. Let me be nice. 2 minutes. Let me start my timer on my phone. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 2 minutes is a lot of time, Joe. 1 minute to go. I'm waiting for you to fill out email one. If you can do everything you need to do for all your welcome sequence in 3 emails, that's fine. If you need 5 emails to be able to do all you want to do, that's fine. If you think that it will take you about 7 emails or more, depending on your lead magnet and so on, that's also fine, right? It's all up to you. Okay? 24 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. All right. And our time is up. Now let's go to the second email. And I'm going to tell you some things as we write. Now, when people have received your email one, let me say in the chat, what do you want to happen on day two? Right? Somebody comes into your house, they want you serve them food, giving them your lead magnet. On the second day of their stay with you, or within the first 24 to 48 hours of their stay with you, what do you want to happen? Can I see answers in the chat? It would be nice to engage, get them to engage to reply. Okay, that's one. Let me see what else you guys have here. It'll be nice to, okay. All right, so just one answer. Bavika, I didn't understand what you said. You just said after one day. So within the first 48 hours, what are the things you would like to happen or you want them to do? All right. So using the sales focus welcome sequence, what did they have you do on day two? Get to know you better. So if you want them to get to know you better, what do you need to do? You said introduction. After one day introduction, okay. If you want them to get to know you better, what do you need to do for them to get to know you better? All right. So someone says send an email with a link to join your community. Let them know about your brand story. That's good. That's good. So now that we want them to know us better and we have all these things that we want them to do, let's fill it out in our email too. Right? Let's fill it out in our email too. Continue your story. Now, let me tell you something extra I usually do. Depending on what my email one is, sometimes after the email one, I send an email 4 to 6 hours later to ensure, because within the first 3 days, people who signed up are most engaged within the first 3 days, but they are super engaged on that first day. And so I want to maximize it. So, for example, when you signed up for the lead magnets in a week challenge, for those who clicked the link to join the WhatsApp group, they didn't get an email. For those who didn't click, 4 hours later, I sent them an email saying that they hadn't joined yet. And that email was solely meant to get them to take the action that I needed them to take. Do you understand? So people use it like, oh, if you didn't click on the lead magnet, they'll send it again 4 hours to 6 hours later to tell you that you haven't gotten or you haven't checked out the lead magnet yet. Do you understand? There are many different ways people use it, but that's like what I would typically do just to leverage that first 24 hours. So you all go ahead and fill out your email 2 and your email 3 using all of these things that we have talked about and the questions we have asked so far, right? So begin to fill out your email 1, your email 2, your email 3. I'm waiting for you. You have another 2 minutes. Your time is counting. 1 minute, 33 seconds to go. 1 minute to go. As you fill out the email in cadence, right? Let me just mention this. Cadence is where you put, this one is on sign up. For some people now, for me, here can be 4 hours later. Then this can be 24 hours after the last email. Some people also space out their welcome sequences. This is another style. So some people actually space it out 1, 2. Then there's actually a formula. I don't know if I want to tell you guys about this because I don't want you people to be confused or to think like this is a lot. But the truth is, people do things differently. Some people will tell you they don't send an email every other day. So some people will make their welcome sequence pretty long. And then what they will do is use a formula to space it out. So they will do day 1, day 2, day 3, day 5, day 8. I'm not going to tell you the maths that I'm using to calculate this thing, but that's a way that some people do theirs as well. But I technically prefer like daily, right? And another thing that I usually do, our 2 minutes is, oh, by the way, is also sometimes I prefer to set expectations in the first email to let them know what is coming. So they know that they are looking forward to receiving XYZ number of emails. And I can make it fun. In short, let me tell you what someone did with his welcome sequence. He made it like a game, right? The more you click, the more you see. And so it's like, oh, this particular email on date, and you're going to find out. So he will usually end each email like a cliffhanger. You know how like an episode is like a cliffhanger. And then instead of you to wait for the next week for the next episode to come out, he will now say, you can wait 24 hours to receive the next email, or you can click this link to be able to receive it now. And because of the way he ended it, you will then click on it and get the next email immediately. Of course, tech comes into play here, but I'm just opening your eyes to all the things that are possible. So someone says, what if you want to combine an email series with sales focus welcome sequence? Would that be advisable? I think that that's a very great combination because, for example, I'm working on an email series currently, and that email series is going to lead to the sale of my course. Now, my goal for that email series is that on the landing page, I'm going to say, this is what you're getting. So the way I've named it already helps me do that. Then on the landing page, I'm going to put like table of contents and how they will receive it. Do you understand? Now, for each day, as I show them what I want to show them in the series, whatever I link. So, for example, if I say, and then this course helped this, and I linked it, right? That course would link to my paid course. Do you understand? And so I'm not putting it out there like I'm selling it, but I'm beginning to plug it in. And then at the end, I can still say, if you want to go through the same thing that this person did, or for the next this, you can get this at this, depending on how. So I can, and you can combine it with the series depending on what you're doing. So that's a really good question, right? That's a really good question. When you say sales focus welcome sequence, it just means that you're not just trying to do, oh, let people know you set expectations, but you're also trying to convert them with your welcome sequence intentionally from the beginning. Okay. So now that I've given you guys all these juicy things, we're going to fill out the remaining emails. And I'm purposely saying this because for some of you, you want 5 emails. For some of you, you want 8 emails. For some of you want 3 emails. So depending on what it is you want right now, I'm going to give you 7 minutes to fill out all your remaining emails. And after that, we'll review it together. Remember the mix of things we talked about at the beginning that you want to do. You want to ensure that whatever happens, you're handling objections, you're letting them see what their before and after can be. You're taking them through a story from where they are to what their reality can be. You also want to ensure you're bringing in elements of social proof, right? You also want to ensure that you're also giving them examples that can make them take action now. And if you're looking at a sales focused welcome sequence, you're also thinking, what can you do to ensure that they buy now, not 2 weeks later? What can you do to ensure that they get it now? And if you want to make that harder, because a lot of people say, oh, let's do a discount. What can you do that is not a discount that will make them act now and not later? Your time starts now. You have 7 minutes. While it's ongoing, if you have questions, please type it or raise your hand and I'll answer. I'm here with all of you. And our time is up. Our time is up. I believe you can hear that in the background. All right. So let me know, how many emails did you plan out for your welcome sequence? Drop the number in the chat. 7, 7, 77454. Let me know who is done with their welcome sequence, who is okay with the number that they have. Has it been able to achieve all that you needed to achieve? Just give me a yes or no in the chat. Has it been able to achieve all that you needed to achieve with the number of emails that you have? All right. So I see yes, I see not sure, I see maybe, I see I might make it up to 10. Now let me say this. Sometimes I used to tell people this thing, make it as short or as long as it needs to be to achieve what you want to do. However, when you finish, you want to look out and say, if I remove this thing, will I still achieve what I needed to achieve? Do you understand? So I know we are looking at more emails, and I'm an advocate for do as much as necessary, but also look at it with a second eye and say, do I really need this more? Can I do it in less? That's something you also need to, speak and ask yourself. Now, let's see. Babika, you said you're not sure. Do you want to tell me why you're not sure?
Yes, actually, I am a blogger and I want to build lists to do affiliate marketing. And my goal is that I should encourage people that how we can make more money with the email marketing and using affiliate marketing product. So I want to teach them that basics of email marketing, that how step by step it was done. So the email is like my lessons for 5 days. So in each day I will give some lessons like how to create lead magnet, then how to connect with the sign up form, and then how to, if anybody's click the or sign up for your list, then how the lead magnet will automatically go. So these are my lessons. So each email will go with the one by one lesson, and in between I want to put my affiliate link for one of the email marketing tool. And that's because I'm not sure that the people may sign up for that email marketing tool. So this is my first step. And after the welcome sequence, I want to promote more affiliate products which are related to maybe email marketing, or which are related to making online money stuff. So that's why I'm not sure that my goal will set with these of the lessons.
Okay, I see what it is you're doing. So you're doing like an email series, and each email is like a lesson. So if you
Yes.
need more, then you go ahead and do that. And then if there are lessons you can combine, right? Then you can make it into one lesson as well. So I see what you're doing, and I totally get it. So go ahead and add more. So let's see. Somebody else said not sure. Damilola, you said somehow that you might make it to 10. Do you want to share why?
Okay. My email sequence would be like a sales focused email sequence. So I feel like I need more emails to talk about objections and to also include testimonials and social proof. That's just it.
Okay, so the ones you have so far, I think you have like 7, right? Or 5?
7.
All right. So can you tell me what like the 7 is about? Like I just tell us, oh, email 1 is doing this, email 2 is doing that, that kind of thing.
Okay. So the first email, of course, to deliver the lead magnets they sign up for, talk about set expectations of what they'll be getting, like how frequent they'll be getting my emails. Then email two, I don't want to be too long. So email two is to talk about my brand, how I started, the main unique story. While email three we start with their pain points. What are the things they are dealing with? So I would like email 3 and 4 to talk about that because I feel like one email is not enough to talk about their pain points. So email 5, yes, yes, I've gotten to email 5. Email 5 will talk about solutions to alleviate that pain, of which I'll be offering them maybe it's a sales focused what's it called email sequence. So I'll be presenting my offer to them in that email 5. Then email 6 we'll still talk about their pain points plus objection they might have, not picking that offer up. Then email 6 we talk about objection plus social proof or testimonial. Then email 7, that's why I said I still need to add more. Yes, that's just my view.
You said you have objections already. I think that was your email 3 or 2, and you're using 2 emails for objections. Don't you think that some of those objections, when you're handling them, social proof can come into the handling?
Yes, I said objection plus social proof in the email.
What I mean is in the 7 emails you already have, with the objection email, don't you think social proof can come into the answer to the objection?
Yes, like adding social proof in the objection email.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I said. I said objection plus social proof in a mail.
Yeah, but then you still want to do like more social proof emails, if I got you correctly.
More objection, actually. It's more objection
Oh,
than social proof.
okay, I think something that you can add is an FAQ email.
Okay.
From what I feel like you're trying to do, an FAQ email will help because with the FAQ email, all those things that are objections, turn them into FAQs plus the frequently asked questions. And so one email can answer like 20
Hmm.
questions. So 20 FAQs about XYZ, right? And so the objection is, does it work for XYZ business as well? Yes. We've had this, and these industries in it. Does it do this? FAQ emails are usually nice to have that can actually, I don't call them must haves, but they are nice to have because they have a job of handling multiple objections at once. And somehow people usually like to go through frequently asked questions, and sometimes it answers questions they may not even have thought of as well and put things into perspective, right? So you can also add an FAQ email.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma.
All right. So I want to hear from, let's see, Fumi says 5, and then I'll hear from Priye who said 4. I think they both had the shortest number of emails. Okay, no, I have another 4. All right. So I have 3 people I'm going to mention. So let me hear from Fumi. Fumi, over to you. I would like to hear your email outline.
So for the first email, which is the sign up email, the first day. I have share my story, set expectation, deliver the lead magnet, and end with an open loop that leads them into email 2. And finally tell them to reply to the email. So for the second email,
Sorry, let me pause you there. By the way,
mm,
guys, one of the ways to improve your deliverability is to get, so when I say deliverability, the ability of your emails to get into the inbox. I did not say your primary tab, or I said the inbox. Do you understand? And build your sender reputation and all of those stuff, which usually comes when you could go into emailing. So basically, one of the ways to ensure that you do have better email performance, forget all the big terminology, is to get people to reply your email. And some people like to ensure that people get to reply that first email. It can be as simple as, if you receive this email and you've downloaded your lead magnet, reply yes to let me know you've got it, right? Or if you've been able to do this, or if you also want to get this extra bonus, right? Reply yes. So you sometimes you incentivize it, other times you don't. But the goal is to get them to reply yes. Some other people will say, "Oh, go ahead and whitelist my email by doing this. I reply yes, and I'll send you XYZ." Reply yes with a screenshot of having done it. Remember that I said that that first 24 hours to 70 hours are when they are most engaged, like hot, hot, hot. So they will actually go ahead to do the things you want them to do. So you can keep this in mind as you create your welcome sequence. You see that we are bringing in strategy into what we've created to ensure that we are achieving even more goals. Okay. So go ahead, Dami. As you said this, I just remembered I haven't shared this.
all right. So the second day, the email will build on my story from email 1. Then I'm gonna acknowledge those that has replied to the first email. Then I'm gonna share a before and after sheet that the lead magnets they have downloaded can help them with. Then and of course I'm still gonna end with another open loop that will lead them into the third email. So the third email, I'm going to share a mini win or an insight they can apply immediately. Of course, this is just to build the know, like, and trust factor. The fourth email, okay, am I there? Yeah, the fourth email, then I will then transition into the problem my offer will solve for them, will bring awareness to the pain that you're going through with respect to email marketing and the possibilities. I mean, the things that I can definitely do for them. And the final email, this is I'm going to review my offer to them, and definitely that's just for them to book a call with me, where I'm going to finish the whole thing. I'm going to tell them to book a call with me. Then of course, in that email, I'll try to agitate the problem they might be going through in their business presently. And so I'm also going to position my offer as the next logical thing they should take up right now. So that's it for the 5 email. I might actually need to do more, but then this is what I have right now. Thank you.
All right. So let me say something. You have just one email telling them to book a call.
Yeah, that's the 5th one.
If somebody does not see the 5th email, what happens?
That's why I said I'm still going to build on email. So it's definitely not going to be just 5 email.
Is there any way in the earlier emails that you can also invite them to book a call? Just asking.
Yeah, of course, maybe the 4th one.
Okay. All right. But that's something to think about as.
All right, thank you.
All right. So I think I want to hear from, okay, before I say I want to hear from anybody who wants to share theirs, just raise up your hand. Let me see the first person whose hand goes up. Is there anybody who wants to share theirs? All right, Mr. Over to you.
Okay, so I had 4. I don't know whether it's sufficient. The first one is welcome and deliver the lead magnet. The second one sets expectations and build curiosity. And the third one is to share my story. And the fourth one is to thank them and make them believe they're in the right place and make a purchase. So it's sales focused. Why I said maybe because I would have loved to create some suspense with the story, maybe spread it over like 3 emails. So that could increase the number of emails. That's why I said maybe, but I put it as 4 emails. Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to let them know they're in the right place and you want to spread this story, the question I'll ask to you about spreading the story is how would you ensure that they actually read all the different stories? Then secondly, what is the end goal of your welcome sequence? Like what do you want your welcome sequence to achieve?
I want them to purchase at the end of the day.
All right. So if you want them to purchase at the end of the day, quick question. Will 4 emails be enough for them to purchase? Would you be able to do everything you need to do that will help them to purchase in 4 emails? Right? Those are the things that I want you to answer. And then that will help you also answer your question that says you want them to purchase at the end. I don't know if 4 emails are enough.
I consider stretching that story bit more than 1 email.
Okay. And then you could do some combination. So you stretch the story, you add a case study. So the stretching of the story can be your story or a client story, right? Where you're taking them from what happened, like why the person came to the results they got, which means that at the beginning, when you introduce it, deliver the lead magnet, you're letting them know that over the next like 3 days, I'm going to show you how XYZ person achieved this, and the things they use to be able to get it. So you give them a goal that you know that all of them want to achieve, right? Or
Okay.
you can story. Well, I think there's a level of authority that comes when it's somebody that you helped. Do you understand? And so if you take them through that case study, then you're stretching the story. But as you're stretching the story, you're handling objections, you're positioning yourself as an authority. You can get them to reply with their questions, right? To build engagement. And then you can let them now have the offer as well. Another thing you can do is usually there's this thing we call a super signature, which is at the end of the email, your whole PS, your whole everything. You can have a menu at the bottom that says, here's how you can work with me. Then option one, if you're struggling with let's say midlife crisis, this, if you don't know what to eat to ensure that you don't know how to adapt food to your body in the stage that you're in right now. If you notice that your body is changing this, let's say you have like 3 offers, you link them there based on like maybe the problem or the solution. So it's at the bottom of every email. So even though you're focusing on telling that story, people can still see that menu at the bottom and choose from it. And then you can even go a step further and say, oh, so again, I said, let's not use discounts, but discounts are the easiest thing to use. So it's a point where it's like, if you book a session from any of these emails, from today's email, you get a discount or you get a bonus, this, right? Now, they know that from that particular email, if they go ahead and book a session, there's a bonus that they will get. So we are doing things that will say that's something that will make them take action now and not later. Do you understand? So like I said, discounts are the easiest thing, but instead of a discount, it can be a bonus that you just put in at the end there. So you're not hard selling them or anything. It's just like an after menu with this messaging, which they will read, right? And then they see it and then they are now spoiled to take a decision within that time instead of later, right? So if you take a decision on the day you receive this email, that kind of thing. So if you book a call or if you do this on the day you receive this email, that kind of thing, or within 48 hours of receiving this email, then they get to reply like maybe to the email to let you know they booked from the email to redeem the bonus. So that kind of thing. I don't know if this provides clarity and context for you.
Yeah, it does. Thanks.
All right. So with that, I want to know, does anybody have a question before we call it a day?
All right. So what's the logical number of email sequence we should have? Like what's the highest number of the welcome sequence?
There's no highest number because I know somebody that does 31 emails in their welcome sequence. I know people who create their welcome sequence in such a way that for the first 3 months, that's what you'll be getting. I mean, it's like an extended welcome sequence anyways. But most people will typically have between 3 and 10 emails in their welcome sequence. On average, you'll find that people have between 5 to 7. But like I said, it's not really about the number. It's about what you want to achieve and what it is you want to do and your approach, right? If you follow the Russell Brunson's method, you have just 5 emails. But with the method I showed you, for some people, you could have 3 emails. For other people, you could have 6 emails, 10 emails. I personally like to do a minimum of 5, personally. Not because I can't do less, but I just personally have that preference. Majorly because I want to create multiple touch points within that first 1 week with you, that I know that you're very engaged. Instead of giving 3 emails and then you now get into my normal emails, I'll prefer like 5 touch points with you in the first week minimum, right? That's me personally. I mean, I haven't done any studies to show it, but that's my personal preference.
Another question is, how about a cross sell after delivering the lead magnet? Does that work for newbies?
Actually, it does. Now, a lot of times people do cross sells when you have, so if you were e-commerce, cross sells can come in really. So after delivering the lead magnets, you could have an upsell and a downsell. But when you say cross sell, is that somebody has bought something and you want to sell them similar products. Let me confirm my definitions so I don't mix it up. But what I think you're
Yeah, that-
saying is upsell, right? So we upsell, someone signs up for your lead magnet and then you're upselling. So for example, right, the way I'm setting up my lead magnet is when you sign up, you get a one-time offer. And the goal of that one-time offer for me is just to make you buy something, make a purchase. So you already build a habit of buying from the brand. That's for me personally. And the first email is not going to talk about that one-time offer. It's just that as you sign up, you sign up, you get to a thank you page. Now, instead of just the thank you page, you're now giving an offer, right, to get it at a discount or with a bonus. If or when you get that offer, after that time, you will not see it again. That's why it's a one-time offer. Okay. Now, if you don't take that one-time offer, it will give you a downsell. Oh, you didn't take this offer. Do you want to check out this particular, this? So maybe you might not have gone with the one-time offer, but you now go with the downsell. Do you understand? So something lower than the first offer that I gave you. Now the cross sell is, let's say you decide to take that first offer. Okay, at that point in time, it's like an order bump, right? So we now say, okay, do you want to add this particular offer? So a cross sell is where you bring complementary products. It's usually easier with e-commerce because someone is buying shower gel and you're saying, do you also want this shower kit that has this, and this? It's a cross sell. So they came in for this, but you're selling them this, right? And cross sales would usually happen when somebody has made or is making a purchase. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you say your lead magnet, it's not necessarily a cross sell at that point in time. It's more of like an upsell. It's just terminologies, but yes, I know what you want to do and it's something you can do.
Yeah, sure. I'm good. Thank you.
All right. So if there are no final questions, you will get an email with the recording tomorrow. You will also get the details for the final class, which we'll be having, where we'll look at what email marketing tool we should use. Secondly, I put a video in the WhatsApp group. Please go ahead and react to that video if you have watched it. Okay. And before we go, as usual, we love to get feedback. So how was today for you? Just let me know. Anybody, maybe 1, 2, 3 people want to unmute their mic and tell me, how was today for you? I think if you just like me to call names.
Hi. Okay, so for me, it was insightful as always. I really like the fact that we work on the task during the call, and if there's any issue, we can ask questions and get answers. I also love where you opened that document for us and you broke down the different things, basically, that can be included in the welcome sequence. I took note of them, from what you want to achieve with the sequence to the story you want to take them through to the objections. So yes, it was very insightful once again, and I was able to actually make good progress on my welcome sequence. Of course, I'll go back to it again, but the entire challenge has been really great. And I'm really glad I did not launch my lead magnet, right? I didn't just go ahead with my initial plan, but I actually waited and joined the challenge because I have gotten so much more clarity and I'll be able to do things better. So thank you, Dr. Sapphire.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It has been a privilege to do this challenge with each and every one of you. Damilola says, insightful for me, there is direction on what my email sequence should look like. So let's do a confidence assessment. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you in launching your email list now? On a scale of 1 to 10, just drop your number very quickly. Drop your number in the chat. I'll read it out. On a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, I see a 10 over 10 right there. That came in quick. 8 over 10. Love it. Let's see. 10 over 10, 9 over 10, 8. Okay. I think this is the highlight of my own day. And remember that I have not forgotten what I said yesterday. We are going to bring out a way for us to be able to celebrate each and every one of you. For me, says 8. When you launch your list, we want to go ahead and throw a little list launch party for you and celebrate the fact that you launched your email list. You know, it deserves some accolades. Okay. So without much ado, thank you so much for today. You'll be getting the replay tomorrow. And if you haven't already, please watch the video I put in the WhatsApp community and drop a reaction when you have. I'll see you in our last and final class, and we'll be answering the very, very important question that says, what email marketing tool should you use? And no, I'm not going to say, oh, everybody use ConvertKit. No, we're going to be looking at particular to you, particular to your business, particular to your tech knowledge, particular to what you want to achieve. And that's how we'll be building our recommendations. I'm sure you know that we can't deliver less than what we have promised. And I'll see you in our next session. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. And thank you so much for being here all 7 days with me. And I look forward to see you in the grand finale and final class of the Lead Magnet in a Week challenge. It has been a pleasure. Bye.